So John has been doing. I've I met John a number of years ago through a common friend, couple common friends, Eve Brantley and Greg Jennings. And John's works. John, you're out of Auburn, Alabama. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And he works for Hydro Engineering Solutions. He works there as well as mops the floors and owns the place. And he's a kind of a technical geek. He does a lot of modeling for us on 2D modeling work. He's currently working with us on some projects in Texas that we're doing. And in talking to him this week and going over some 2D models work that we had him doing for risk analysis, he shared with us this software that his group's been involved with, and he wanted to show us what it does. So I think you guys think this is pretty neat, and please add any comments. If you see something that's common that you're like, hey, we have the exact same software, let us know. But it seemed pretty unique to me. So here you go, John.
Hey, cool. Hey, well, appreciate you, Dave. I mean, this is for let me show this. So this is it's pretty simple idea, and the software is actually simple in form and intentionally. Like David was saying, this is for anybody who goes out and takes a lot of pictures. This actually came from where I was out in the field, and I was taking a lot of pictures, and I kind of had a little physical accident when this happened. I got hit in the hip, or I walked into a branch that was sticking out, about knocked me out. But I was kind of laying there thinking, I'm not going to be able to look at these pictures for the next 2 weeks, and I'm not going to remember if it was looking upstream or downstream. I'm gonna have to figure this out. And anyway, an idea kind of came to me, and we started developing it, and this is kind of the outcome of that. But ultimately, there's a workflow with this simple interface where you have projects and outputs, and then we have 4 buttons, and these 4 main buttons. There's home that brings you back here, then a camera, and then a map, and then edit for putting context or text with your images. But I'm gonna kind of walk you through an example. That's just it's in a slide deck format, but it'll kind of show you how it works. But so click on projects. Ultimately, you just add new projects here. Like in this case, I'm going to type the name construction, and then we have multiple type of templates. And so the templates would be like a simple 1, a 2, a 3, and a 6. It just means 1 image per page, 2 per page, 3 per page, or 6 per page. And I'll show you just quickly the so 2 per page. What happens is you can create an index map with the pictures, and the icons will have numbers, and those icons are also the direction. So your phones nowadays have an inclinometer, a magnetometer that can be, it creates a compass, and so the direction you're looking, and so it can create this really quickly in the field for you. So ultimately, if you think about it, the way we've done it in the past is, the pictures are, you can think of it, pictures are data. And until you actually start taking them and putting them into a report, that's when they become information. And so, but the problem is when you get back to the office and you're turning it into information, there's some information that kind of gets lost if you're like, back to, was I looking upstream or was I looking downstream? And then you're starting to look at the rocks and how the ripple, the water comes over it. And you're like, okay, wait, I think that's coming downstream. Or you look for laid over grasses or things. So, but these are the type of templates. So there's like 6 here. Now on this one, I've actually added in an overlay for the building, and I'm gonna touch on that too, show you how to do that now, because this could actually be useful for you too now. And this will just be a part of that's just a part of Google Earth. And then there's one more template that's a 3, and this one. The thing I like about this one is it allows you get a little more room to write on the side, and this one we also have it, because you have extra room, we'll have it say, when the photo's taken, and that actually comes from the actual photo itself. So let me hop back into that. So those are the type of templates. And this one I'm going to select the symbol 2, save. Now then we go out to take pictures. So hit camera. All right, I'm going to take a picture. And so once I take the picture, the way I like to do the workflow is I take the picture, then I go to the maps. And then so like this just took this picture 006. And so from here you can, you know, if you were in an area where you had some magnetic interference, it can mess up your compass, and so that direction could be turned a different way. But if you click on it, this will come up, and it'll put a slider up, and you can actually rotate this around. And then if you need to move it, you just hold your finger on it, and it'll select it, and you can just slide it over. If say your GPS was off, you know, your phone GPS isn't great, but it's good. But if you get some coverage, that can cause some issues. But when you click on it, it'll show you the picture, and then if you want to make that bigger, you just touch it, and then it'll come back, and you can select all from there. And then I go from map to edit. And so here to put in my description, you just click on it, and there's 2 ways. It'll either come up with your you know, just your keyboard that you can text it in, or Apple has their own little microphone that, you know, I think it's on the left side, and then Google, when you click on the bottom right, you can go to Google Talk, and you can just click on this and, you know, say something in there, and it'll put it in. So once you have this in, then we'll go back to home, and then you can click outputs, and then so we're going to do a report first. And so you click report, click create. You don't have to change anything here. It's just saying some of this project. Right now, it only puts out a docx file or a Word file. We had it doing a PDF first, and then it hit us. We were like, wait, we need to have this where you can edit it and easily. You don't have to have, you know, another viewer to do that. And then it is going to send it to your device. And then so you create an index. So you just leave these the same. Create your index. You're going to be zoomed out when you come in, but we'll zoom in to the view you want, and then you just hit that plus button, and so that's going to be your first image. That is going to be the first image of the report, and then you can just hit click create, and then it'll say report is being created, and it's going to leave this box there until it takes you to this. And when you're here, so it just created this one, and then you hit those 3. You can view it by clicking view. You can share it, or you can delete it. And so share it, you can email it, or throw it in Dropbox or Google Drive or iCloud, however you like to share your files from your phone to your desktop. But we can hit view. And now the reason I like to show this is because this is you want to use this Microsoft Word. There's a lot of them out there like this one that will it can't support the docx very well. So always make sure to use that one, and that's just the little free viewer out there. But this is what it'll look like. So you'll have your index, and then oops, excuse me, I went too fast. It'll have your index, and then it'll just have your images, kind of like we saw. So this was, you know, the 2 per page, and then we go back, and then to share it, you just go to share, and then you choose how you want to send it. And I'm going to choose email, and this will come up, and I would just type in jcurry@hydro, and as soon as I do that, you know, you can see the reports attached, and then you just hit send, and that sends. All right, so that's a Word document, and like I said, that's taking your pictures that are data in the field, and then when ultimately what you're doing is quality controlling your information in the field, and then you send it. So when you get back, you'll actually have information instead of just data. Now, the other really cool thing that comes with this is this geodata. So I'm going to hit create. Excuse me. So I'm going to go to geodata, then I'm going to go to create. And then here, this doesn't have an index because it's going to be just the icons in Google Earth. So you're going to hit create. It's going to do the exact same thing. And then, you know, it'll get to here. And here, you notice you can't view it because you really were able to view the icons earlier. And so now you just hit, on the map screen to get it the way you want it. And then so you hit share, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to type in my email address here, then hit send. And so when it sends, it's going to come in as a KMZ. And so this is the view. So this is just Google Earth. It's going to drop in, and when you click on it, it's going to come up like this. And actually, I'll hop out and just show you a quick example of how those come in. And this is just that report we were looking at a second ago. But I'll show you some of the ways that I've used it. So this is actually, those are actually the icons, how they come in. And so when I click on that one, or if you come up, you know, there's a big pile of debris up here. This is a good, quick way to convey information to somebody about, I mean, whatever it is you're trying to get the point across, this is a great way to get that information to them. Now, you know, from a streams, or just, I've got some different examples like streams and waters. Let's see, this is Town Creek in Auburn. This has so that there's a creek that just kind of runs down through here, and then a creek that comes in up through here, and so this is down in the channel. You know, as you're walking the stream, you can, you know, so now I won't have, you don't have that problem. Which way was I, you know, just looking upstream or down, you know, downstream? I know I was looking downstream, just knowing that the flow comes this way, and you know, as you're kind of coming up through. Now we got tree cover in here, but you know, this just gives you an idea of how that works. Now, the other cool thing is I use this for, I like to hunt, I like to fish, and this is a, oh, this has got a lot of files. This is kind of a neat use for any of you guys hunt. This was a quail hunt, and so you can see where all the coveys of quail were put out, and so we don't have, you know, all of the, I guess we have too many predators to have just natural quail down here, so you have to put them out for your hunts. But you know, this is I pretty much just logged the hunt, and you know, like Ethan killed 2 birds and Reed's shot 1, and you know, as I kind of come around, and you know, this I just think that it's kind of a cool thing. The other thing I use it for outside of work is like vacations. Now I was showing Dave, and then this I took my family to a trip. This is Mont Tremblant up in Canada, and this here it is. We went dog sledding. I took my family dog sledding. It was just the coolest thing ever, and it felt like we were in the wilderness. I mean, it literally felt like we were in the wilderness. I felt like we had gone many miles, and we were in the middle of nowhere. And the funniest thing is when I dropped this, you know, when I did this, and it dropped on it, it's a golf course. I mean, it's just in the, you know, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in somebody's play yard, but you know, but you could just, you know, just using it. I mean, I was kidding around saying, you know, it's almost like I'm you know, one of these. Well, my mom, my wife is a scrapbooker, and that's what this kind of is. It's just scrapbooking life. We keep it up with it, where not just where you were at, but you know, just even the direction you were looking at. I mean, it's kind of a I don't know. It's been a pretty neat, pretty interesting piece of software to develop. Now, I want to show you something too that you can actually make use of now. For those of you that have used Google Earth, or if you haven't, Google Earth is just, you know, it's free to download. It's a great piece of program. It uses those KMZs, which is just a zipped up version of what they call keyhole markup language, simple HTML type text. I mean, anybody can. I mean, you can Google it and come up with ways of using it. But I'm going to show you real quick there's a tool on here called Add Image Overlay, and this is where you can actually georeference any image you want. I'm just going to see if I can find one real quick. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab this one just because it'll be easy for you to see. This was just the rut map for Alabama for hunting. Let's see. I'm going to right click on this and hit properties. So what this does is it allows you to grab this. See how I can stretch that and move that in? You could pretty much take any image and georeference it visually. So you don't have to understand what the direction is, or you know, any of that. And it really, you see, and so almost right there in the matter of, you know, I don't know if that was 15 seconds, I just geo-referenced this image. Now I could sit here and play with it. See right here, I'm not quite lined up in Lee County. If I'm trying to zoom in and get something tighter, then what I would do is zoom in, and I might even trim my picture down and do the same thing, just kind of do the edges. But as much time as you want to spend on it, that's how tight you can get that. And then I'll show you why that's kind of cool with this tool is so back to, let's see, the building one right here. Let me go to this one. So you can drop things, you know, you can drop your plan sheets in this case, I just, you know, I had dropped this floor. So this is my office building. I mean, if you're coming in through the front door, you can, you know, or you're coming up through, you're looking out through the, you know, the main part of our office, or, you know, looking into somebody's office. I mean, there's just, you know, you can get a sense of direction. So you could do the same thing if you had your stream plans, or, you know, all of your AutoCAD and MicroStations now can just export straight out to KMZ background. But even if you have old plans like in PDF and you want to do some quick comparisons, if you know, there's just, you know, this is a quick way of doing the same thing you would do if you didn't have some real world coordinates where you can just bring, like say if you just had an old set of plans and you scanned them and turned them into an image, you can bring them in here and then drop that behind there. You know, kind of, you know, I know we can do that in AutoCAD and some of these others too, but this is just kind of a little bit quicker way to do it visually. As long as you have some edges to go by. And I'm going to show you one other thing on this is, if you can't see, like the other one, you could see the backdrop of the map of Alabama. If you can't see, then what you do is you just go, this has an OPEC. All I did was right click on this, went to properties, and then see how I can transparency that, and see how I line these edges up right here of the sides of the building. And so that's the way the little trick to drop that in there a little bit better. So that's pretty much the little tutorial on that. And you know, it's called SitePREP. It's in the Play Store and in the Apple Store, and it's pretty neat. I mean, I've been using it for a while. We went through pretty extensive beta testing over the past many months, and it's rolled out as of literally, I don't know, 5 days ago. so it's active out there, and Dave, so man, I appreciate you letting me show this today.
Hey John, if you want to send the PowerPoint, I'll send it to everybody on the list with a link to the recording of this presentation, and then if they want to get in contact with you, they can. So. Yeah,
sounds great. It's awesome.
And is your contact information at the end of the PowerPoint presentation?
It will be. I'll get it added in there.
Does anybody have any questions for John today?
John, this is Josh. Thanks for sharing that. I think that's a useful tool. You know, I fumbled around. I think everyone's wasted enough time fumbling around with pictures. I like to follow up and check into that stuff. So that's a good looking tool.
Cool. We got some other really neat features coming too down the road, and yeah, yeah, this is kind of just the start. I mean, it's a really good feeling when you're in the field and you send that. I'll tell you one quick thing I did. I was down at the Gulf with my family, and I can't remember if it was Labor Day last year, but anyway, we were off that Monday, and I had to run over to Fairhope to pick up some survey information from well, I'll say survey information. I just needed to get some pipe sizes. and I had let's see, I was seeing if I could put my hands on it. Yeah, it's actually this one right here. I went over and I just need to get some pipe size information and this and the guy he also needed to know where some water was going. So there was I was actually able to find like that grate, but the cool thing was like where these pipes are, I was able to take measurements and then just take the picture because I was by myself out there. But the really cool thing was I sent this back to the office. Then I was able to go back and be with my family. I was sitting down on the drive back. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I'm not going to have to when I get back, I get to go back down to down to the beach with them instead of having to sit up there and download the images. Yeah. So, anyway.
No, that's smart. I could see a lot of people finding a good use for that. Thank you for sharing that, John. I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Thanks.
All right, thanks, John. We'll let people start exiting off the line if they want. If you want to stick around, if you have a need for kind of work or you have thoughts or other additional questions, stay on the line. And then once everybody's off the line, then we'll talk to whoever can make it next week. And if anybody has anything technically they want to share, if anybody wants to share related to the inspiration at the start of the meeting, feel free to contact me, and we're always looking for people to share on your side. So, thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everyone.